Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we are discussing everything we know about Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Now, if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And now, let's just get into it. So, based on the trailer that came out on the 10th of September 2021, we can now tell that Kraven the Hunter is making his introduction in this game after being absent in the first one. Very excited for him to show up and hunt Spider-Man and Miles Morales as well. Now, I'm really curious what type of Kraven we're going to get in this game. Are we going to get a more goofy Kraven, like they like to do in cartoons, or are we going to get one that is very dark and serious, like Kraven's Last Hunt era Kraven? I'm really excited to see Insomniac's interpretation of Kraven after what they did with all the other villains in the first game. Flawless interpretations all around. Even in Miles Morales, very interesting twists as well. Bonus points for their interpretation of Doc Ock. I feel like they really added to that character and gave him a very three-dimensional character depth hasn't been present in a lot of Doc Ock since, like, big props on Doc Ock in the first game and how he was handled, seeing as how he's the big bad of the first game, and they really handled his downfall very well, and you can just see it happen throughout the game very slowly. And if you come back and look around the lab, there's always hints around, like from aim boxes all the way to him slowly losing his mind on the whiteboard. How they handled that character was really well done, and I hope they do the same with Kraven the Hunter. Now, the real question is, does Kraven make it out of this game? No, I don't think he does. Also in this game, we have the introduction of Venom, who they teased at the end of the first game by showing Harry in his little pod floating around with the symbiote attached to him. And at the end of Miles Morales, they took him out, finally. And yeah, so we're going to get Harry Osborn in the second game, played by a new actor. He's been recast for the second game. And I wonder, is Harry Osborn going to be Venom in this game? Because at some point we know that the player will get the symbiote, because why introduce it if you're not going to give it to the player? Because it's just going to be such a cool suit, and they saved it from the first game. It wasn't in there because they wanted to use it in this one. And now the real question is, so who we do have as Venom in this game, will it be Harry Osborn? Could it be Miles Morales? Could it be Eddie Brock? The simple answer would be Harry Osborn. Because then if you kill him at the end of the game, you set up Green Goblin for the third one. But if you do Eddie Brock, you can then do a interstitial spin-off game like we got with the first one for Miles Morales, except it can be Venom. I am really excited to see what they do with Venom. I really hope they don't give us a goofy one like Tom Hardy's Venom. I really hope that instead it's a little more serious, like Spider-Man the Animated Series, the 90s one. And you can't tell me that a Venom game wouldn't sell like hotcakes. Possibly more than Spider-Man. Venom is also voiced by Tony Todd in the new game. Now, Tony Todd has a very peculiar voice that certainly fits the character better than what we got in the movies with Tom Hardy, and I am really excited to see what he does with this character in the game. I am really curious if they will have Wolverine cameo in this game in order to set up that game that they're making. Because it just makes logical sense that if you're going to launch a Wolverine game, why not have him cameo in your Spider-Man game that will come out first, which will help just propel it forward, and it could be a really cool thing that would just expand the Marvel Universe that Insomniac have set up. Now, they also showed off in the trailer that Peter and Miles are both in this game. Now, the question is it co-op, or do you just switch between them? I would err more towards just switching between them, because for the simple reason of, well, the work's already done. With that Miles game, all the stuff that they would need for Miles, it's all right there. All they have to do is pretty much just go copy and paste to bring it over, and maybe update a few things for any new mechanics that they may introduce. Both Peter and Miles also are rocking brand new suits for this game as well. Very slight alterations, but at the end of the day, I think that they're both improvements. Now, we also see Peter Parker rocking these Iron Spider arms on his brand new suit. I have a feeling that the reason that he will have those specifically is just so that they don't have to rework too much after you use the symbiote suit. For the simple reason of, well, they can just change the skin on the attack for the arms, and it just transfers over really easily. Player adventure yet. Coming exclusively to PlayStation 5 consoles in 2023. While pushing the capabilities of the console will be very exciting, we're equally pumped to craft all new stories for Peter and Miles in this sequel. Just as in our previous Spider-Man games, we not only want to tell a compelling human story, one full of heart and humour that dives deep into the people behind the mask. Much of the development team that brought you Marvel's Spider-Man is returning to produce Marvel's Spider-Man 2, including Brian Intihar, the creative director, and Ryan Smith, the game director. Today's game footage trailer is merely a glimpse at what's in store in terms of the new abilities our heroes will acquire, suits they will wear, and the villains that will try to hunt them down. And speaking of villains, we're happy to announce that Tony Todd will be voicing the symbiote-fueled Venom in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. We're also delighted to welcome back Yuri Lowenthal and Najee Jester, who will reprise their roles as Peter and Miles, respectively. During the kinda funny Spider-Man spoiler cast, Brian Intihar was asked why the symbiote suit isn't in the game. Here's what Brian had to say. Quote, "Something like that suit deserves to stay in the spotlight, and I think just making it an unlockable suit wouldn't be doing it justice. I think it's one of the best stories for Spider-Man, and I think that it's a complex story, and that story needs to be told, and it needs to be told in the way Insomniac would tell it." So from that, I would take away that we are 100% getting the black suit in this game. There is no reason he would say that if we weren't going to get it. The first game took place on the island of Manhattan, after a mention of Peter inheriting Aunt May's house in Miles Morales. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Queens in this game. So we will probably be able to explore that as well as the rest of New York from the first game. Now, because Insomniac just are always at the top of their game and they know exactly what they're doing and how to please everyone, like when they just dropped the Raimi suit after everyone demanding it, even though they already had it in the works and were going to drop it eventually, and they dropped it out of nowhere and made everyone really happy. I'm sure that in this game we will finally get the TASM suit, which was absent from the first game and is sorely missed. Like, genuinely surprised it never found its way in there. That is not the TASM suit. Spoke out a term there. Hopefully all the suits from the first game return as well, as well as a couple new ones, which would be a welcome addition. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I would like to thank you for watching. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, provide feedback, let me know what you would like to see in the comments. And yeah, this was Morio. See you next time.